We're soon to be in the holiday season, and many of us will be hosting parties. But as I get older and older, I find it really hard to party like I used to.
Tell me about it.
So, do you have any tricks or tips into getting your guests to go home when you're ready to go to bed?
I like to start doing the dishes.
Ooh, that's a good idea. You know, our listeners who feel the same as we do will really appreciate today's episode because I think that I've come up with the perfect idea.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Welcome to Mom's Wooden Spoon. Get your apron on and your fanny flicker ready as we cook up some nostalgia.
Ooh, yummy. Hey everyone, in today's episode, you're going to get 2 recipes for the price of 1.
Wow, look at us.
I know. We thought it might be fun to find what could potentially be the scariest recipes for the holiday season in Mary's Memos.
I feel like we have hit with great success.
Oh, I think we have too. And we also thought that maybe bringing these out would be a great way to get your guests who are overstaying their welcome to just go home.
I agree. I think this is perfect.
Yep.
You know, have you seen those signs that they have like on Pinterest? And it says like, please leave by 7.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, you don't need that.
No.
Just bring these out.
That's right, because we chose 2 delicious recipes, or maybe not so delicious. One is from December 26, 1978, and it is hot buttered tomato juice.
Wow.
Oh, Mary suggested that would be a great non-alcoholic addition for a party.
So you're expecting the sober people.
Yeah, to drink that. And then we chose a recipe from November 27th, 1982 called a Brunchwager Ball.
Well, I mean, who doesn't love a ball?
I know, and I think our mom probably loved Brunchwager. I know she loved Brunchwager, and she was probably interested in making this recipe because it is underlined on the Mary's Memo.
Oh, I know she made it because I said something to her about it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. She was like, oh, I love Brunchwager balls.
Oh, well, she certainly loved Brunchwager. We always had that in our house in the fridge, always. Yep, and we ate it as kids, and I think because we did not know what it was, we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm curious to try it as an adult knowing what it is because I'm totally grossed out.
Right, because another name for Brunchwager is actually liverwurst.
Right, which would be liver and worst.
So much worse. Yeah, so I was like, gosh, I wonder what the difference between Brunchwager and liverwurst is. And it's very simple. Liverwurst tends to have more liver than other pork parts. And Brunchwager is often smoked.
Okay, well, maybe that helps.
Maybe that does help.
Yeah.
And I also looked up how to pronounce it, and I think that we've been saying it wrong our entire lives.
Well, we've been saying it the Northwest Ohio way.
Maybe, although I asked my husband how he pronounces it because he lived in Northern Ohio and he pronounced it like super German, like Brunchwager.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's apparently supposed to be pronounced Brunchwager.
Schwager.
And we say Brunchwager.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Versus Wager.
I'm sure we pronounce all kinds of things wrong.
Well, sure. It's a German word. And so we have Americanized this German word, which I'm sure we've done to all kinds of things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So back to our Brunchwager ball, which we are going to be continuing to call Brunchwager. I mean, I tried to practice saying Brunchwager the correct way. I epically failed every time.
Brunchwager. That sounds very German.
It does. It's much better. Okay, so this ball consists of an entire pound of Brunchwager, which I found at Aldi's.
Well, why not? Because it's a German grocery store.
That's right. And then we mix into the Brunchwager, which is really like a soft pate. It comes in like a tube like you'd buy bulk pork sausage for breakfast.
I like to call them meat bullets.
It does look like a meat bullet.
It does.
Yeah. So we're going to mix the Brunchwager in a bowl with just plain cream cheese, an 8-ounce pack, and then a 4-ounce pack of cream cheese with chives, which they don't make anymore. So I bought the kind of creamy, spreadable cream cheese that has chive and onion. I figured that'll work. We'll have to use half the container. And then we add A1 sauce, horseradish, and what they call salad mustard. I had to look that up.
Yeah, clearly I don't understand why anyone would put mustard on a salad.
No.
Gross.
I'm assuming it is mustard that you would add to potato salad or macaroni salad.
So like yellow mustard.
It's yellow mustard.
Okay.
Yep, which I had. So that's easy peasy. So just mix them. It
does it.
Just mix them very well and divide it into 3 parts.
Okay, so now here comes my big question on the Braunschweiger ball.
Yes.
Are we going to cover them all the same? Because I did a little Googling.
Yes.
And if you Google a Braunschweiger, you can find various pictures of these balls covered in various items.
Oh.
So I found a lot of them with a covering of cream cheese and then olive slices all over the ball.
That sounds hard to take this ball of already sticky stuff and spread cream cheese all over the outside.
Yes. And then I saw another one covered in cream cheese and herbs, or maybe they were chives. I couldn't tell by looking at it.
Chives would be yummy on
maybe
that,
it was a combo herb chive.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I saw that one. And then I saw others reminiscent of the cheddar cheese ball that was, quite frankly, very popular in that time.
Very much.
Covered in the nuts.
Yep. So we are just going to do the nuts.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get all messy with the cream cheese and I don't have any fresh chives.
All right. Well, what did Mary say? Did she say?
She just said nuts. Okay. Actually, typical Mary's memo style, she does not talk about the garnish in the listing of ingredients. So you have to read the recipe and go down, and then just in the directions it said spread ground nut meats on foil, but she never said to buy ground nut meats.
Nut meats sounds disgusting.
It does. And ground, I did not grind these. I did take my little handy dandy chopper that you kind of smack the top of it, and I chopped these nuts really, really fine. I used pecans.
Ooh, pecans are good.
Yeah. So, Carrie, why don't you get your head in this bowl and shamel this Braunschweiger?
There was a big long pause between why don't you get your head in this bowl? And I was like,
what does she want me to do? Smell that. It actually, I think it smells yummy.
It really does. You can smell the spices and the smoke. And
it does not smell terrible at all.
So because it comes in like this meat bullet, it used to come, I want to say, like with a wax coating. It was always in a bullet type shape.
Yeah.
And then if I recall correctly, our parents would slice it.
Oh, yeah. It was in a plastic just like this. But I looked up, we used to get the Dinner Bell kind because Dinner Bell was local.
Yeah.
And it had like a yellow type wrapper on the outside.
That must be why I thought it was like a wax. And then you'd slice it in the wrapper.
Yes.
And then peel the outer layer.
Right. So you could get a perfectly little round section of it. This is going to be hard to kind of smash up. That's why I got a wooden spoon because I don't think the spatula is going to do very well.
No, I think it'll just bend.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, I racked my brain. So we obviously grew up in Northwest Ohio, huge German influence.
Yeah.
And so as I have lived in the South, I have discovered there are words to explain things that I use that people in other places do not use.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I know this because my husband mocks me.
Oh, he mocks you.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
It's a solid relationship.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, as all good husbands do, really.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing that occurred in our marriage is we're driving along and there are deer just right off the side of the road.
Yeah.
And he's driving and I said, oh, be careful of the deer. And I referred to that lump on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And what would you, as a Northwest Ohioaner, call that lump on the side of the road?
Well, the lump on the side of the road would be the berm.
Yes.
The berm of the road.
Yes. So I said, watch out for the deer on the berm.
Yeah.
He did not say, thank you, my wonderful wife, for keeping us safe.
Right.
He said, what the heck's a berm?
You're kidding.
No, I'd never heard of it.
Wild.
Yeah. So I explained to him what it was.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, so you mean the shoulder?
Oh, it is called a shoulder, isn't it?
It is.
Like there's even signs like soft shoulder ahead. I was like, oh, what a nice place to rest your head.
Yeah.
Soft shoulder.
That's so funny. When I was in high school and I just gotten my ears pierced, what I wanted more than anything in the world. Totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
Is I loved to wear really big, large, bold earrings when I was in high school.
Oh, huge. That is hilarious because that is super, super popular. The year that this recipe came out, 1982, was known for their gigantor earrings.
Interesting. Well, this would have been late 80s, early 90s.
Well, they were still popular then, yeah.
They had earrings that I wanted more than anything in the world.
Oh.
They were shaped like a street sign,
Oh.
yellow like a street sign, and they said soft shoulder.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
I wanted those so bad. It should have said soft berm.
I know, right?
Yeah, it did not. Okay, so here's the other word that I found that I grew up with. All right, you're driving down the road with your friends.
Yeah.
And you see a car that only has one headlight on it.
Oh, definitely.
And so you scream out to your friends,
perdiddle.
Perdiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world does not scream perdiddle.
Oh.
The world screams Popeye.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, totally serious. It's just us. Okay, so then I was looking up how to spell perdiddle.
Yeah.
To write it down, to remember to tell you this. And apparently there was a perdiddle game that we did not play, which was whoever screamed perdiddle, the other person had to take off a piece of clothing.
What?
Yes. What kind of perverts are driving around Northwest Ohio, I want to know.
Looking for one headlight cars so they could strip.
Yeah.
Wow.
And not strip poker, just perdiddle.
I had no idea.
I don't know if they played that with the Popeye or not.
Maybe.
We never played that. Well, I speak for myself. I never played that with
I didn't either. You guys will have to let us know if you played that with the Popeye.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to hear from everybody.
Or the perdiddle.
I like to strip naked in cars.
I strip naked in cars.
All the time.
So fun. Good times.
The more the merrier.
Good times.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of response from that.
Oh, probably. Well, you know what? This is tricky. I think we probably should have let the brunch walker come to room temperature because it is very difficult to mix.
She's got some serious bicep action going on here.
I do, man.
Yeah. If you need me to take over, let me know.
I'm pretty
much just standing here jabbering.
Well, I'm going to let you mix it for a while, and I'm going to get something to go under it because it keeps clinking and clanking.
Okay. I realize that there are a couple other things that Ohioans say that maybe other people don't say. Now, I mean, there are things that we say, as we've discussed, pop instead of soda.
Oh, for sure.
But I think that that's more regional, right? Because that includes people in Northeast of the United States. But there are some things that we just say in Ohio, and one of them really took me off guard because I totally say this.
Oh.
Okay, so you are noticing a bunch of little specks of stuff on your carpeting.
Yeah.
And so you say to your husband, go get the blank out of the closet because we need to blank the floor.
Get the sweeper.
Yeah, because we need to sweep the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people call it a vacuum.
Oh.
It's just us.
Really?
Yeah. The rest of the world does not call it a sweeper.
Well, you know what? I probably don't know that because my husband is also from Ohio.
Yeah. I was blown away that that's something that kind of like Northwest Ohioans are known for.
Huh.
Yeah, it's for calling it a sweeper. Isn't that weird?
That is really weird.
Yeah. And now this is something that you have mentioned before that your husband says.
Oh, really?
That I don't think I realized that it was regional to where we live.
Yep.
Here's this item. Can you put that up?
Yes.
Now, I may want you to put it in the lower cabinets. But I'm going to say to you,
put that up.
Put that up.
Put that up means put it away.
Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's also very regional to
Interesting.
Like Ohio in our area.
Well, Carrie's doing a good job. I've kind of taken over as she's as she's moving her hands around.
Basically, I was mixing away like crazy, and Kristen just pushed me out of the way as she does.
I did not. Your hands were off of this, and I'm like, we gotta get this sucker mixed up. It's taking forever, but you know what? It's coming together.
She added in the soft cream cheese.
I think that helped a little bit.
A world of difference.
Yeah, you want to stir that around a little bit more?
Oh, I don't know. Are you going to allow me?
Mm-hmm. Please do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny. I was looking up, brunchwager recipes, and of course, came up with a lot of these brunchwager ball recipes, brunchwager dip. But I came upon a Reddit post that made me laugh and gag all at the same time.
Oh, fabulous.
It was delightful. Yes. And it was a person on a Reddit post that said, telling on myself.
Wait just a moment.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that on Reddit, someone was making a Reddit post?
You are a real jerk. Okay, whatever. On Reddit, there was a Reddit post.
Huh, weird.
Yeah, and it said, telling on myself, my guilty pleasure sandwich. Here it is.
Okay.
Peanut butter, mustard, pickles, and brunchwager.
What?
Oh, yeah.
How?
I mean, I could deal with the pickles and the mustard on Brunchwater. I could deal with that.
No, we could not.
I could deal with that. But the peanut butter?
How did that happen?
I don't know. And they uploaded a picture of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we'll put that on the website so you guys can be equally as grossed out, unless that is your absolute favorite dish, and then we're sorry. We're just really sorry.
Well, you know what? If you're the drive around naked in a car type, let us know about that. And your yummy PB and Brunchwager sandwiches.
PB and Brunchwager. I'm so glad we used this all up for this dip so we don't have to try it and tell people what it's like.
Oh, gosh.
So now we have to add some delightful ingredients. We've got a teaspoon of A1, a teaspoon of horseradish, and a teaspoon of a salad mustard.
All right, so far, while a disgusting color and texture, it is very reminiscent of, you know how they came out in the last few years where they talk about chicken nuggets made of pink slime?
Yes. Actually, you know what this looks like? This looks like sandwich spread from northwestern Ohio. You know how they grind up ham or bologna?
Yes.
With maybe some pickle relish and some mayonnaise? It kind of looks like that, but less chunky. It's much smoother.
It is very smooth.
All right, a little bit of A1. I do love me some good A1.
Oh my gosh. I remember as a kid that you just loved drowning your steaks.
Yes, I don't do it anymore.
In A1 sauce.
But I loved the A1.
All right, I'm going to mix this. Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's a nasty sound.
I don't know if y'all can hear that. If you can, I'm super sorry. We're going to be quiet while I slosh this meat around.
Yeah, and I'm going to add in the teaspoon. Oh, shoot.
So when I said we're going to be quiet while I slosh this around, I apparently just meant me. Kristen, she's going to keep right on talking.
I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to fart. That was not me farting. That was the mustard, I swear.
We realized in one of our previous episodes that if we whisk while talking, you hear nothing but really loud whisking.
Yep.
So I thought maybe being quiet while the disgusting meat stirring sounds are going on would be good for you.
Yes.
So third try is a charm. Let's see if this works.
1, 2, 3, be quiet.
I'm going to go back to the pink slime.
Yeah, it really does look like pink slime. So now we are supposed to attempt to make this into balls, but I think we might want to refrigerate this for a tiny bit to get it a little more solid because it is
pink slime.
It's just a sloppy mess, isn't it?
It really, really is.
Maybe we could separate it into 3 bowls and refrigerate those. It would cool faster if it was in smaller amounts. And then go from there.
That's very scientific of you.
I know, right? All right. 3 bowls that I did not prepare for, but as we were making this recipe, it's going to take a little bit of moving and shaking to, I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
I think everyone should be horrified and aghast that you did not prepare 3 bowls.
I know.
I mean, what is this world coming to? How is this podcast even going to work?
So rude.
No preparation of 3 whole bowls. And people on the fly. She took 4 steps to the cabinet, grabbed them out, and came back.
Can you believe it?
I mean, whores.
Oh my goodness.
Horrors.
Did you just call people?
Nope, just you.
Nice. Okay, so this recipe is from 1982. So I thought it might be fun to talk a little bit about some things that happened exclusively in 1982.
Oh, yes, we shall.
Okay, so you want to separate that out and I will tell you?
Yes.
Ooh, it is sloppy. I think I'm going to go get some rubber gloves when we get ready to turn those into balls because, oh, Lord, you better take off your rings. It's going to get under your fingernails. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, back to 1982. I'd rather talk about that. Do you know a tasty beverage? One of my favorites that came out in 1982. I was surprised by this. Tasty Pop.
Was it Crystal Pepsi?
Oh, good guess. It was actually Diet Coke.
Really?
Yeah. I was surprised.
I would have thought it had been out longer than that.
I know, me too. And it kind of started to overtake Coke's Tab, which was sweetened with saccharin.
Oh my gosh. I remember Tab. I had in the late 90s a friend who was addicted to Tab.
Yeah.
And so as a result of this addiction, she signed up to like record all of her groceries. So she'd get all of her groceries home and she'd have to scan in everything she purchased.
Oh.
And it was just to help people kind of get an understanding of how much of various products were being purchased by people in various areas.
Kind of like Nielsen ratings for TV.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it was for groceries.
Neat.
And the entire reason she did this, she sought this out, was because if they took her groceries and multiplied them by whatever, 100, it would look like people in her area were drinking insane quantities of Tab.
Oh my gosh.
And she didn't want them to get rid of her Tab.
So smart.
That's crazy addiction.
It is. And I had a friend, crazy addicted in adulthood, who couldn't find Tab very often. And so she would hoard it and travel with it. She would always bring it in her suitcases when she was going places.
Really?
Yes. Well, it's so interesting because they say that they would mix the saccharin with a different type of artificial sweetener, and it kind of took that bitter taste out. And I just don't remember enough about drinking Tab to remember. I did drink it. I just don't remember how bitter it was.
Yeah, I remember because I had one at her house.
Oh.
It was unpleasant.
Really?
You could absolutely taste the artificialness.
Isn't that funny?
Of the sweetener. Like we all drink a lot of stevia, I think, as an artificial sweetener. And it very much tastes like an artificial sweetener.
Right.
There's that funky aftertaste to it that I don't know that we necessarily, or that I necessarily associate with like Splenda. Maybe it's because I've gotten used to it.
I think that's it, because our mom used to exclusively, actually still does, exclusively use saccharin in her tea.
Pink packets all the way.
All the way. Mm-hmm. Whenever she comes to visit, I have to buy some because we don't drink it because I think it tastes yucky.
Mm-hmm. She comes with a baggie full of the pink
stuff.
She
does. Mm-hmm. And to this day, she drinks saccharin, but there was that big scare that said saccharin causes cancer, which they have now found is not really true. Yeah. And that is what actually killed Tab, was that big scare over saccharin.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the advent of Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. I like it. I love Coke Zero.
Oh, I love Coke Zero.
And I just love the bite of a good Diet Coke. Delish.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 bowls that will hence become balls and pop them in the fridge for a moment.
Okay. So other fun thing that I found in 1982.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to hear.
Okay. I'm so excited. I got all nerdy giddy.
Oh.
I found a video of a CBS special movie presentation in 1982.
I loved those.
A 3-hour presentation of Mary Poppins.
Oh my gosh.
So do you remember when they would do movies on TV?
Yes.
And they would just last for ridiculously long quantities of time because they had all these ad breaks. Well, whoever made this video cut out all of the Mary Poppins, and it was just the ads.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
It was amazing. And so I found an ad for Jif.
Oh, yeah.
They did the blind taste test.
Did they?
And did the slogan, Choosy Moms, Choose Jif.
Yeah.
Which I had not heard in a long time.
That's right.
And then the other one that I thought was fantastic and took me back was Move Over Bacon.
Now there's something meatier. Sizzling. Ooh.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy. Anyways, it was just a whole bunch of ads. They had ads for cars. Oh my gosh, they're the ugliest, boxiest cars ever.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It was so fun.
That is so cool.
Yep, that was a cool one.
I happened upon an ad for something that came out in 1982, but was way too expensive for most homeowners to purchase. And that was the first CD player for home use.
Oh.
Do you want to know what that sucker costs?
I'm super curious.
The first home use CD players came out at a price of $730.
Oh my gosh.
And back in 82, I mean, that's
an insane amount of money.
Yeah. $730 for a CD player.
Which I'm sure was like the size of Texas.
It was gigantic.
Yes.
In the picture. Well, we're going to pause for a minute while I get rubber gloves, we get the aluminum foil out, and go grab the chilling Brunchwager mixture.
Kristen's going to do some deep breathing, get her gag reflex under control.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to dig in to some Brunchwager balls.
Okay, so now we are supposed to sprinkle the ground nut meats, Carrie's favorite word, onto aluminum foil.
Oh, yes.
All right, and we are going to scoop out our pink paste, and hopefully it is chilled enough. We're going to roll it into balls with our gloved hand.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
These smell really tasty.
they really do. Okay. Oh, that turned out pretty good.
All right.
Carrie's going to be the roller, and I will kind of get it positioned on the plate. Oh, this is going to look really pretty, I think.
All right. Why don't you make a ball out of the last blob of pink meat?
It's funky looking, but like you said, it does not smell terrible. It smells kind of yummy.
It does. You can smell the horseradish.
Oh, that's right.
It's kind of got that, I don't know, peppery, spicy.
Yeah, and I think you can smell the chives.
Let me add some more nut meats.
All right. This sure makes a lot of brunch walker balls.
I'm just going to add in all of them.
You know what I mean?
It does.
Makes a lot.
Mary says to go ahead and freeze the extra Brunschwager balls for later. So you can offer these to your guests as they're running out the door trying to get away from you.
That's right.
And your Brunschwager balls.
Hey, you want to take one? I'll wrap it up and you can freeze it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were straggling by any chance.
Oh, chase them with the Brunschwager.
Yes.
Ooh, good idea.
I feel like there's something to be said there.
All right. So they look really cool.
They do look pretty nice.
So I'm going to pop these probably in the fridge again because we are going to move on and make our next delightful treat, hot buttered tomato juice.
Oh, I mean, wow. I mean, that's just delicious followed by delicious.
So we'll be right back. Okay, the balls are in the fridge. It is time to make hot buttered tomato juice.
A better combination there could never be.
No, they may not be from the same year, but I think they are going to go together. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Absolutely. It's like
we go together like no. Okay. Moving on. Let's talk about hot buttered tomato juice.
I did want to point out very quickly that at the very end of the hot buttered tomato juice, there's a little paragraph that Mary says that says our second beverage is served in the slushy stage.
Oh my.
And it has things in it like pineapple and grapefruit juice and grenadine and whiskey and sugar. And I want to say, why didn't we make that?
Because we want to chase off our guests.
That's true. The other one,
they would stay. I would stay for that. Yep. Okay, so let's get started. This is a pretty simple recipe. I don't think it's going to take very long.
No, I agree.
So I think it's just dump and cook.
Yeah.
Right. So I was supposed to get a 46-ounce can of tomato juice. Remember when tomato juice came in cans? Kind of like High C Punch and Hawaiian Punch came in those cans. And you had to use that church key to pop the triangle holes in the top.
Yes.
Yep.
Two, one on each side.
Right, because you had to let the air in.
It had to glug.
Yeah. So they didn't have that. I just bought the plastic container of tomato juice. So we're going to pour this into our gorgeous late 70s, early 80s smoky glass saucepan.
All right. Ooh. Well, I decided to look up to see how many recipes for hot buttered tomato juice I could find just on the interwebs.
Good idea. Yeah.
None. Nobody likes it. I mean, there were a couple of throwback recipes of drinks that nobody drinks.
Right.
But nobody is making hot buttered tomato juice in the current.
Because I read that tomato juice cocktails reached their height of popularity in the 1930s. And then they continued to be regularly partaken of until really the 1980s.
Interesting.
Yes, and this is what this article said. Until they were deemed to be lacking in sex appeal.
Oh.
Because I consider other drinks to be so sexy.
I mean, a Manhattan is screaming.
Ooh, sexy.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so I thought this was really cool. Mary says that she got this from a cookbook called Southern Sideboards.
Oh.
And this obviously, as we mentioned, 1978.
Yes.
But it's lies.
You're kidding.
This recipe originated from Land O'Lakes. Land O'Lakes. Butter. Yeah, this was a butter recipe.
Oh my gosh.
In 1975.
How cool.
And we think, I mean the internet, thinks that Land O'Lakes stole it from a 1950s Campbell's soup recipe.
My gosh.
For buttered tomato soup.
Now that sounds good.
There was an ad and it had his and her mugs with tomato soup in it and a pat of melting butter on the top of each. Hot buttered tomato soup.
Wow. Well, Mary suggests that you serve this in a mug.
Well, sure, because obviously she stole it from the 1950s. No, I'm not saying Mary did.
Right.
The sideboards, whomever.
Yeah, Southern sideboards. Okay, so we have added in the tomato juice 2 cans of beef consomme.
Ooh, okay.
So beef consomme, it has all kinds of interesting things. Gelatin, yeast extract, sugar, soy sauce. Oh, and then beef stock.
Okay, so it's beef with some flavors.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of Tabasco.
I have to tell you all, these have been some of my favorite recipes I've ever made. I haven't done a darn tootin' thing. They're super simple to make recipes.
Yeah.
And Kristen is just on it. And I just stand here with my hand on my hip, all cash-like.
Here, add in some Worcestershire sauce, you smart aleck. We need a teaspoon of that, and I'm going to stir it. Okay.
And then we have mustard sitting out.
We do. We need the mustard. Prepared mustard. We need 1 teaspoon of that. Will it make you mad if I do that?
None of it makes me mad. I'm kind of digging my lack of responsibility.
Excuse me.
Oh my, Kristen, your stomach.
Oh boy.
I told you not to eat that.
I would prefer to go back to 1978 and talk more about that.
Oh, I think we shall.
Okay, good. So we were kids in 1978. And so I wanted to see if you recognize some of these fun toys.
Ooh, yes, I do.
I think we had a lot of these. Did we have Connect 4?
I don't think we did, but I wanted it.
Yeah, because the ad was so cool. I think we've talked about this before in another podcast episode when the boy and the girl are playing it on the ad and I think she wins. She goes, I win. And he goes, where? And she goes, here, diagonally.
Always snuck up on you, diagonally.
Yeah, diagonals were sneaky.
Why is it that you said Connect 4 and I wanted to scream, you sunk my battleship?
Because you're weird and out of it. I don't know.
Apparently I wanted Battleship also. We never had that either.
Well, you know what? I'm sure we didn't because we're girls. And on the very first cover of the board game, they had a picture of the dad and the brother playing it while the mother and daughter did freaking dishes.
Are you serious?
No.
You're not serious? You made that story up?
Yes, I'm serious. I am the mess. I'm so aghast at the whole mother-daughter dishes thing.
Are you serious?
I lost my
no. Oh, why did you tell us that? Oh my gosh.
Maybe I need some food in me. I need some Brunchwager bowl.
Oh my gosh. It's a good thing Mary offered a drink without alcohol in it.
Thank goodness, because I'm a hot mess. Oh my goodness. Okay, so other than Connect 4 and Battleship Misogynistic Edition, let's talk about one I know we had, Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Okay, have you seen videos of the live human version of Hungry Hungry Hippos?
Oh, have I? Yes.
OMG.
The answer is yes.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wait, what's the right answer? No. I want to do that. That looks so hilarious.
That's right. So somebody puts their tummy down on a skateboard or one of those little scooter things we used to ride around in gym class.
Yes.
Little square thing with wheels.
I would need like 3 of them put
together.
Me
too. But you put your tummy on it and you kind of lie like you're
on your stomach.
On your stomach like you're Superman, right? But you're holding a laundry basket.
Yep.
And somebody else grabs a hold of your ankles and shoves you toward balls that are on a gym floor, and you have to lift up the laundry basket and snag the balls, and then they pull you back.
But there's other people doing the same thing.
Oh yeah,
all at the same time. Live action, Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Hilarious.
So funny.
I loved that game. So much fun.
I did too.
So much fun.
Now, were girls allowed to play this game, or did they just have to watch from the kitchen whilst doing the dishes?
Oh, I think girls were allowed to do it, and that's why we had the game. You know,
okay.
Girls must have been on cover.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Yeah. And then they had one that I did not have. And if I had known about it, I would have wanted badly.
Oh, okay.
It was a Sean Cassidy record player with a sing-along microphone.
That was like first karaoke machine.
So cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
With Sean and his flippy hair.
I know, and you open up the lid and there's a picture of him on the inside.
I think I had a record player. I think mine was Strawberry Shortcake.
I think so.
It was pink, like gingham pattern on the outside, and you opened it up, and there was a picture of Strawberry Shortcake and the gang.
So fun.
On the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember having a record player as a kid? So it would have something cute?
No, I don't.
I remember your record player when you're older, in which you played all of your Billy Joel records.
Of course, over and over and over.
Yeah. And you could get, let's see, a 45, that was the tiny one. Yeah. That had to have the extra thick.
That's right.
Little piece to put on. Yeah.
Yeah, I had lots of 45s when I was younger.
It was like the original single.
It was. Yeah, that's what it was. Back to 1978, some of the best TV shows I've ever watched in my entire life were on in 78.
Okay. Am I guessing?
No, you don't have to.
Oh, because I was going to guess Chips.
It was.
Shut your face.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Are you kidding?
Yes. No, I'm not kidding. Little House on the Prairie.
Have I told you that I watched that with my daughter? And it is so different than what we watch today.
Yes.
There was a snake in one of the episodes, and they shot the snake and showed the snake without its head.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, we wouldn't put that on TV.
Right, for kids.
Anyway, it was very interesting to watch because it was certainly not what I remembered.
Yeah. And then Different Strokes.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What you talking about, Willis?
I know, right? 1978, Different Strokes.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right.
That we're that old?
Yeah, I guess so. I would have thought that Different Strokes was out in the 80s.
Yeah, well, 78 is pretty close.
Pretty close.
It probably, assuming it had a run of 4 years, it would have been.
That's right. Now, do you know what the spin-off of Different Strokes was? I'll give you a hint. It had to do with the housekeeper on Different Strokes.
I don't remember.
It was Charlotte Rae playing Mrs. Garrett. Facts of Life was a spin-off of Different Strokes.
Oh, she left Different Strokes to work at that school for
with all the
super
girls.
Rich girls.
Yeah.
All right, so what else? 78.
Okay. So 78, Happy Days.
Spin-off?
Mork and Mindy.
Oh, other spin-off.
Laverne and Shirley.
The spin-off I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Joni Loves Chachi.
Oh, right. Not my favorite, but I love the Mork and Mindy, as I've said before.
Yeah.
Wow, so many spin-offs from Happy Days.
And then Scott Baio went on to be a nanny.
Charles in charge of our days and our nights.
I love Charles in Charge.
And who was his best friend on that? Another
Willie Ames.
Ames.
And one of the girls that he was in charge of grew up to be on Baywatch.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Oh, those are great shows. 78 was a good TV year.
It was.
All right, so tomatoes, hot stuff coming.
I was just going to say, it is all mixed up. It's not quite boiling, but it's getting there, and it actually smells pretty yummy.
Really? Let me come over and take a sniff.
Take a whiff of this, Carrie. What do you think?
I smell nothing. But you can see like the little bumps of fat kind of on the top of the butter.
Glistening like bubbles almost of the fat.
Yeah, definitely not going to want to have this sitting around for hours and hours getting cold.
No, it's going to taste best hot.
Yes, for sure. Hot.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good. So we're waiting for it to boil.
Yep.
And then we're going to bring out the beautiful dish that you have to serve it in.
Oh, that's right. And then we're going to bring out the Brunchwager balls, and we are going to have us a feast to end all feasts.
Or to run off all your guests.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see.
Yeah, it definitely is a strange combo. That's for sure. So we'll see. Is it strange good or strange, oh my gosh, get me out of here?
I don't know. It makes me want to sing, will I stay or will I go?
Well, I wrote down, because these recipes are so strange, I thought I'd write down the strangest thing to happen in both 1978 and 1982. Okay. You are never going to guess 1978, so I'm just going to tell you about it. So in 1978, a bank teller in New York thought that she was being robbed. A large gentleman came in demanding money. When the man wanted more cash, the teller just gave it to him, and this supposed robber jumped up and down yelling, "Whee!" dancing and telling everyone within earshot, "When I need a little money, I know where to come." I know. And he wasn't arrested because he never took the money. He just did a little dance and walked off. Weirdest news from 1978.
That's weird.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird.
I'm going to try that.
I don't think you should.
Give me your money.
And then
What?
when I need some money, I know where to go.
Banks are rich. Woo, woo, woo. That is just weird.
I think nowadays you get arrested for doing that.
For doing a happy dance?
Well, for pretending like you're robbing a bank, I would think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He didn't say he had a gun.
No, he just asked
said,
for the money.
Give me your money.
Give me your money. Huh. I don't know.
Okay.
And then 1982, I think everybody knows this one. Ozzy Osbourne ate the head off a bat on stage.
Yeah, they say he says
he thought it was
a rubber bat.
Yeah.
But I don't
know. I did read an article where he goes into depth about how it was to bite the head off the bat. I mean, great detail.
Oh, I didn't need to know that.
It was disgusting. I am not going to share that with you all, but something tells me he really didn't know, because when he told the story about what it was like, ain't nobody would do that. Ugh. Ooh, on that note, let's drink some blood red tomato juice and let it dribble down our chins. Let's not. We're going to get our Brunch Walker balls ready, our beautiful carafe to put the juice in. We're going to take a picture of this glorious spread, and then we'll tell you how it tastes. All right, our get up on out of here and go home spread is ready. Oh boy.
In all honesty, it's cute.
It really is.
Yeah.
What do we say? I'm a little bit nervous.
The tomato juice is kind of sparkly because of the butter.
Glistening butter. And the balls, that's a lot of brunch walker, man.
A lot.
I don't know what the heck we're going to do with the leftovers. We better love this.
Yeah, we can take them to Mom.
Perfect.
Yes.
I'm flying there in a couple weeks. You think that would get past the TSA?
Frozen brunch walker balls.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Okay. All right. So what should we do first? Brunch walker or sippy? I'm nervous.
I'm so nervous as well.
Do you want it on an everything cracker?
I want all the spices I can get.
Ooh, it's very soft.
That's a lot.
We have refrigerated it. You want to spread it around? Here, I'll spread it around for you. Okay. Ooh, you can see the chives. It's actually quite pretty.
It is. The nuts are nice. It's very pink.
Very pink. You want the one that has less?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm bold. I'm brave.
All right.
I got this.
Okay. And then, so we'll take a bite of the brunch walker ball, and then we'll wash it all down with, hot buttered tomato soup. Tomato juice. Okay. I'm going to go for brunch walker.
Oh, you're doing it first? Okay.
It smells good.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
I think the nuts are going to be a nice addition if you get a, bite on the edge where it's nutty versus digging into the middle. Does it taste like your childhood? Does it take you back to brunch walker sandwich? At first, she looked pretty pleased. And then as time goes on, she looks more trepidatious.
No, it's great. It doesn't taste like liver at all. It tastes like brunch walker. Spicy, kind of bologna-ish.
All right, I'm going to dig in while you explain.
Yeah, I don't think that it's bad. The nuts are delicious. I don't taste any of the horseradish or anything like that. It's just a good combo, I think. It's creamy and then crunchy with the nuts. Brunch walker does have an unusual flavor, and I think it is the herbs and spices that they put into it. It's definitely, like I said, not crazy livery.
No, it doesn't taste like a meat product at all.
No, it's kind of salty and maybe a little smoky.
I can see why we liked it as kids.
Yeah, for sure. Now, on a sandwich with peanut butter and mustard and pickles, not so much. No, but as a brunch walker ball, heck yeah.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I do not think this would make your guests leave.
No. Now, if you told them what brunch walker was and they did not originally know, they might go running for the hills.
Yeah. Now, that's also true. Yeah. All right, you're going to go for the...
I'm going to go for the...
I think I'm more nervous about the tomato.
Me too.
It's hot. I mean, this is right off the pan.
It tastes a little bit like Campbell's tomato soup, but not as sweet. It's not horrific if you think of it as drinking soup out of a mug. If you think of it as Oh my gosh, I'm drinking hot buttered tomato juice, and this is a beverage. It kind of makes me gag a little bit, but think of it as just drinking a mug of tomato soup.
I want to eat tomato soup.
Oh, not your fave, huh?
Oh, wow. Nope. That is really unpleasant to me.
Oh, no.
Just ridiculously unpleasant.
Would you even drink it if we
No.
put some alcohol in it?
No.
Something tells me our listeners will never be making this.
I don't know why you would.
No, but I mean, you would make it if you really had some guests who wouldn't leave, because I think most people would go running for the hills.
It's, I would say, unpleasant. And then it has a horrible aftertaste.
Neither one of them were my favorite. And if anyone presented that to me, I probably would say I needed to go. So I think what we really wanted to do happened.
Yes. And if not, just hang up the sign that says, please leave by 7.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for joining us again. Now, don't forget to check out our blog on our website. Carrie's really funny, and she writes that. Now, be sure to set your alarm for December 4th, because you are not going to want to miss that episode. Carrie and I will be making our scariest recipe to date.
Ooh.
You thought brunch Wagger balls, you thought buttered tomato juice, and you thought corned beef and jello was bad? Just you wait.
Thanks for listening to Mom's Wooden Spoon. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe. If you want a copy of this recipe or to check out our blog, click on the link to our website in the podcast description. If you'd rather, you could get to our website through Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Pick your poison.
Don't say poison. We're making food.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Brunch Rocker Balls got nuts. Buttered hot tomato juice, don't.
There you go.
You're going to want to cut that.
I will.